Okay, this is a ID video for resubmission for the assessment one of the practical. This is my ID, and Sam here is my play the role play of Wade. So you give your permission to.
Yep.
Per B. Okay. Welcome, Wade. Thanks for coming in. First of all, would you mind, or do you mind sitting on the table?
That's fine.
I find it a lot more informal rather than sitting in chairs. Chairs can be very clinical approach, so if you're happy with that, it's fine.
Okay.
So if you could just tell me why you came here to see us.
Well, 3 years ago, I separated with my girlfriend. We were dating for 12 years, and I've had a bit of trouble getting over her, and so I'm trying to move on, and I've met a new girl, but I think I still have feelings for my ex-girlfriend, so it's a bit hard to move on.
In what way do you have feelings? You've still got strong memories of her, and
Yeah, I think that what we had was very good, and I just can't see myself having that with anyone else anymore. But yeah, it's
you said you've met a new girl. Have you?
yeah. I've started seeing a new girl called Tracy. So we've been seeing each other for a little while now, but it's hard because I do, when I see her, I still think of my ex and compare the two at times.
I think that's probably normal to have fond memories of your past girlfriend. Now she moved on.
Yeah, so she's married now, actually.
She's married.
Yeah, she's.
And how do you feel about that?
Well, it's a bit of a wake-up call, but it's probably not going to happen. Us getting back together.
What? I mean, yes, you realise that it's by her getting married, it's sort of there's no chance of reconciliation.
Yeah. I suppose that's right, and it's not fair. She's got a new life now, so I should try and start one myself and stop thinking about the old one.
When you said it's not fair, what do you mean by that?
Well, it's not fair on her. She's got a new life now, so she can't. I can't keep trying to imagine that she'll come back, or when she has got a new husband. So.
Okay. And when you're with this girl, we're living together cohabitating? You were or you weren't?
Sorry, am I living?
Were you living with a girl for the last 12 years?
Was I living with her?
Yes.
Yes, yeah. So, now I'm just with my cats.
Your cats. And they provide good company to you?
Well, they're not quite the same, but yeah, they look after me.
Okay. Well, in this situation, Sam, I'm not an expert. I'm not an expert on marriage counselling or whatever, but I think the more we just go through your feelings and you express your feelings to me, we might be able to overcome the problem between us. But I'm relying on you to explain your story to me, to explain your feelings. So, in what ways do you compare the two girls?
Well, I suppose I look at the little things that Tracy does, and I compare them to what my ex used to do. So whether it was whether it's the way she talks, the way she touches her hair, or just very little things, I just notice it, and I still have this maybe nostalgic memories of things she used to do, and then if Tracy doesn't do them, or that's what I expect, and when the things I expect don't come
Is it fair to say that your expectations of this new girl, do they match your other partner?
Well, I suppose, yeah, I have this sort of dream girl in my head now, and I suppose that's my ex, and yeah, definitely. So it's just Tracy's not my dream girl like the way I've built her up to be. So it's hard.
So when you break up, was it a bitter breakup or a mutual breakup?
It was mutual. You know, it was just a hard time for a while, and we decided to have a break, and then the break kept going, and it never rekindled.
All right. This is a hard one. I think we all got strong memories of our previous partners, and perhaps the expectations of a new partner may not be matched with the old one. That's a very, very normal way of feeling, but we have to move on, I suppose. So, you've been with your girl for how long? You say 3 years? No, sorry.
No, just a couple of months.
Couple months. I beg your pardon. So, even though to you she doesn't meet up with the expectations of your previous girl or your ideal woman, how do you feel that she may meet that by the more time you spend with her? You know, the closer you get. Just give me some examples.
I suppose, yeah, spending more time with her could help. The more time I spend with her, if I keep comparing her to my ex, I don't know, it's hard. Sometimes spending time with her isn't as comfortable, but that's more need to let go of my ex and start thinking more about Tracy, I suppose.
So it's fair to say that your mind at the moment is what you think about a lot is your ex rather than your current girlfriend.
Yeah.
Okay. And how do you think you'll overcome it?
I don't know. Gotta just forget somehow. No, moving on is probably the best way to forget. Just finding it hard to move on.
Have you sought out any other help, you know, regarding counselling or whatever?
No, just you.
Okay. Well, Wade, I really don't know what the answer is. I think the more you think about it, the more you talk about it, it's easier it's going to come for you. The separation, but you must, you know, you've admitted to me that realistically, you know, she's moved on, she's remarried, and realistically, you know, you know in your own mind that it's over. It's not going to happen again. I really don't know what else to say.
No.
So we go.
9 minutes.
You're just assessing that last video. I tried to make Wade as comfortable as possible by sitting at a table. Perhaps in a real situation, it may not be the correct way of doing things, but I want to be as informal as possible for this client in performance-centred therapy session, because what you're doing there is just encouraging the client to tell his story, to show a bit of empathy, to be congruent, and to show unconditional regard, which I believe I did. I found it very hard not to give advice throughout the presentation, because the further I delve into counselling and the therapies involved, I believe one of the limitations of person-centred therapy is you don't offer solutions or advice, and I think at times there, during that performance there, I did go into that situation where I was giving him a bit of advice, acting as the so-called expert, which I did explain to him during the presentation that I wasn't an expert. That's probably one thing I find very hard doing this person-centred therapy session is there's no solutions given. There's no format to as an ending. You know, how do you end that session? By giving the person advice, because I'm sure they're coming to the session to find a solution to their problems, but we're not offering solutions, and I just find that it'd be hard not to be able to do. I think he was probably more comfortable after the session, where he's able to talk about his problems. It's bringing those problems to the fore, and realising perhaps that that his problem he's got with comparing his new girlfriend with his old girlfriend, he probably shouldn't be doing. He should be moving on. And I think that's what you can do in this sort of situation. There is to talk, to try and understand where they're coming from, and getting them to make the changes rather than the counsellor. The counsellor offers a good environment. Now, I have difficulty speaking because of an API injury, so this is part of therapy for me too, is trying to get my speech back properly so I can at least do a counselling session where I'm understood, and hopefully I'll improve. But that'll do for me now. Cheers.